Introducing the last frontier, I'm joking, but that was a reference to Star Trek. Taking things seriously. One of the most important skills you can have is flirting, and with enough practice over time, you can become really good at it. However, as always, you must first understand something. In this world, there are two main types of knowledge: knowledge from books or teachers, and knowledge from experience. To truly succeed in life and go far, you need both. The purpose of this channel is to provide you with the understanding and to motivate you to take action to acquire the other type of knowledge that you need to succeed with girls, money, and pretty much everything else in life. A famous quote once said, "If you don't flirt, you're probably dead inside." There is a lot of truth to this flirting. All people naturally flirt, which is great for fun and for boosting your confidence. In the previous video, we covered the master key to flirting, which is intent. But for the best results, you need to solve all the puzzle pieces. What you're about to learn is a secret that women have protected throughout history. It's called womanese, and this secret language is essentially the main way that girls communicate with one another. If you want to get, if you think that most men are bad at flirting because our brains are hardwired to speak directly rather than indirectly, then you're right. However, speaking in womanese, which is a girl's native language, increases the excitement level and pushes all the right buttons for most girls. Once you learn how to speak in this language, you'll find that it's much easier to flirt and make girls excited. You have to realize that being too blunt or straightforward can make you come off as dry and bored. And if you know anything about girls, you know that they just want to have fun. Exaggeration, subtle communication, and becoming the object of desire are the three main components of flirting. Once you completely understand and put these elements into practice, you'll be able to become an expert flirt more quickly than you ever could have thought possible. Here's a basic example of subtle communication, sometimes known as feminine ease, which is really just speaking indirectly. Imagine that you are discussing skirts with a girl, and she looks at you and says, "I love skirts." There are two main ways to respond to this. Directly, using our native man speak, you would probably say something like, "I bet you'd look great in a script." With this direct reply, you're essentially saying that you like the girl in a very direct way. But with an indirect reply, you might say something like, "Oh, wow, I've always liked girls who love skirts." With this indirect reply, you're still implying that you like her, but it's much more exciting. Imagine that you start a game of poker with your friends, and right after everyone puts their cards on the table and reveals their hand, which would effectively end the game and the fun that goes along with it. Being too direct with a girl you like would do the same thing. Consider the last movie you saw. How dull would it be if the narrator began by saying, "Guy goes to castle, guys slay dragon, and saves girl"? Since it's their native language, girls naturally find indirect communication more exciting than direct communication. For example, if you want to kiss a girl you've been hanging out with and the time is right, you say, "I'm gonna kiss you." Now, how lame would that be? A master flirt would say something like, "Wow, look at how the moonlight is shining off your lips. You really look like you want a kiss right now," as he slowly moves in for the kiss while sitting on the balcony of the beachfront hotel room. Practicing speaking and womanese is as easy as thinking about what you want to say and saying it in an indirect way. It is basically like hinting and implying something without saying it directly. Imagine you're at the movies and your popcorn example. Popcorn sucks. You go to the people in charge of dishing out the popcorn and say, "Hey, this popcorn tastes really old and stale," instead of saying directly, "Hi, this popcorn sucks. Give me new popcorn." Right now, you're basically implying that you want a new bag of popcorn in an indirect way. The next time you're around, girls pay close attention to how they communicate, especially when they want something from someone. And you'll notice that their entire communication is mostly subtle and indirect. Obviously, the popcorn situation isn't an example of flirting. So, when you're practicing speaking womanese, try to do it with girls so that you can actually practice flirting with them. Now, the next major component of flirting is exaggeration, and it's one of the most important pieces to the puzzle. Most high quality girls, especially those who are constantly chased by other guys, will test you. And as a man, you must accept that testing, or also called verbal jabs, are natural parts of playful flirty. Exaggeration. Say you're chatting to a girl and you give her a compliment, and she responds, "Oh, yeah, I bet you tell every girl that this is a test, and the best way to handle it is to agree and exaggerate it or quote it from my other videos. Basically, just joke about it. Your answer to this question could be something like yes, but there's something unique about it. In this response, you're agreeing with her while also speaking casually to the woman and subtly flirting and expressing your admiration for her. Example of the exaggeration component. Imagine you strike up a conversation with a girl in the local coffee shop. She says, "How old are you?" You say, "How old do you think I?" She says, "I don't know, 30." You say, "Nah, 50. But I work out a lot." The girl proceeds to laugh and asks how old you really are, to which you reply and tell your real age, while also asking hers. This type of back and forth flirting happens all the time, and the main component here is exaggeration. Here's another example. Imagine you're hanging out with a girl that you just met, and she says, "You know, I don't sleep with guys on the first date," to agree and exaggerate. You might say something like, "Yeah, I know that it's much better on the second day." Anyway, another example is the infamous "you're a player. Aren't you flying?" A simple agree. An exaggerated response to this question could be, "Yeah, I play Xbox all the time. What about you?" The last thing that you want to do is get defensive in series. Become defensive. The goal of flirting with a girl is to be playful and excite her. The master flirt understands that every part of flirting is done with a playful tone of voice and a playful smile on his face. The prize is now the third piece to the puzzle of flirting mastery. Since this is a pedestal-free zone, you should always approach girls with the mindset that you are the prize. There are a few easy ways to subtly imply this while flirting with them, such as imagining that you are the prize. Many guys approach girls with the mindset that the girl is the prize, and by doing so, you're putting the girl on a pedestal and putting yourself under unnecessary pressure. If the girl you like bumps into you in the hallway at work or school, you could say something like, "Whoa, are you trying to seduce me?" Or, "What?" Or perhaps you're at the mall with a guy friend and two girls, and the girl you like mentions how much she loves a certain kind of bra. And you can say something like, "Wow, are you trying to make me picture you naked?" Remember that whenever you're flirting, you should always maintain a slight smile, make strong eye contact, and speak in a lighthearted, playful tone of voice. To summarize, these three key components of the flirting puzzle are speaking indirectly or in a woman-friendly exaggeration and becoming the prize. Becoming the prize is essentially just twisting a girl's words around in a humorous, playful way to make it seem like she's the one trying to seduce you and not the other way around. The success of this channel is due to you, the incredibly loyal and simply amazing people who watch and interact with every single video. That's it. Until next time, thank you for watching. Life is short, so go out there and practice flirting. I also want to thank you all for helping this channel reach 250,000 drivers in such a short period of time.